Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. I would like to welcome you to our capacity building session and really tell you we are so excited to be with you today. Now, before we start, I would like to introduce my dynamic team. That's the capacity building team. I would like them to briefly introduce themselves, starting with Andrea.
Oh, thank you so much, Rose. Hi, everyone. A pleasure meeting you. My name is Andrea. Some of you may already know, and I work as a coordination officer for the partnership that we just closed with the European Commission. A pleasure being with you today. Thank you, Rose.
Thank you, Andrea. She's our super team member. Next, I would go to Asia Pacific and begin with Ganesh.
Hello, Rose. Thank you for your kind words. And it's a pleasure to be here today at a momentous day where we are celebrating our 5 years of the journey with 5+ years of the journey with the European Union. So I work as a program officer in ICA Asia and Pacific in charge of youth, entrepreneurship, and legal research.
Thank you, Ganesh. And its teammate from Asia Pacific is Shivari.
Hello everyone, I'm Shivali and I'm very happy to be here with you all today. I work as the Communication and Membership Development Officer in the Asia Pacific office, and I've been part of some of the capacity building initiatives of the region. Thank you very much. Looking forward to a healthy discussion today.
Thank you, Shivari. And from my region, that's Africa, I have Eric in Nairobi. Introduce yourself.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. My name is Eric Obongo. I work at the International Cooperative Alliance Region Office for Africa. I've been supporting in the capacity building departments where we've been working closely with our members to ensure that they have the requisite development. Thank you, and I'm looking forward to a fruitful discussion today.
Thank you, Eric. And last but not least, from Americas, I have Natalia. You're muted, Natalia.
Hi, everyone. Here from Bogota. It's a pleasure to be with you today in this final journey, and it's great to see everyone. I am the communication officer, and well, I hope we have a great discussion today about the whole reach that we have gained through this project. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Natalia. And finally, my name is Rose Karemi. I'm the program manager at the ICA Africa office in Nairobi. Now, before we proceed, we'd like to have some housekeeping rules so that we can have an ideal environment for our engagement today. First, the session is recorded, just for your information, and the main language of our webinar will be in English. However, we have some interpretation from English to Spanish. Just below on your menu, there is an interpretation button. You can follow that and click on interpretation and then choose Spanish. Unfortunately, we do not have French for this. Then for any questions or exchange of materials or views, or if you want to engage more, you can use the chat for questions. Now, we're going to, first of all, start with the presentations of our milestones. As you've heard in the plenary sessions, we have great milestones in this COPS for Deaf project. However, there are those that really stood out for us, and that's what we shall be sharing with you today, our milestones. And there'll also be time for questions and answers, and there'll also be time for you to share your experience with the rest of the audience. Now, to start us off with our milestones, we'll have a presentation from Asia Pacific for around 7 to 10 minutes. So Ganesh and Shivari, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rose. Like I mentioned earlier, both Shivali and I represent the Asia Pacific, ICA Asia Pacific office. And I request my colleague to share the screen as we move into this session. So I think, yeah, we'll start off with one of our most exciting events that we did in the past couple of years. And fortunately, we've got more opportunities to repeat and iterate on the same form. It is the Cooperative Hackathon series that was started called Coopathon. So we'll just have a brief video and come back to it. Shivali, the volume is... Shivali, the sound isn't playing and you're muted.
Could you choose the sound when you are sharing? Before you share the screen, there is a space for you to choose the sound. I think that's the reason. Did you see it?
The state of Kerala has managed over the last couple of decades, managed to create an ecosystem where a lot of social experiments are positively happening.
It has been a unique experiment. Rather, for the first time in my life, I have seen like that.
From across the southern states taking part, trying to address some of the problems which cooperators face and to see how they can evolve solutions.
The purpose of the Coopathon is that the cooperative sector, not only cooperative sector, the industrial sector in the world itself is undergoing a huge amount of disruption.
തൊഴിൽ സൃഷ്ടിക്കുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ് ഏറ്റവും പ്രധാനം. പുതിയ പുതിയ ടെക്നോളജി അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ടാലൻ്റ് ഉള്ള പിള്ളേർക്ക് പല ഐഡിയ ഉണ്ടാവും. ആ ഐഡിയക്ക് അനുസരിച്ചിട്ട് അവരെ ഉയർത്തിക്കൊണ്ടുവരുവാൻ അതാണ് നമ്മൾ ഹാക്കത്തോൺ കൊണ്ട് ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത്.
And we are here trying to see how youth, cooperatives and technology can be interlinked at what's called the Cooperative Hackathon, Coopathon 2018.
I did not see before this kind of the Coopathon in other countries.
In Malaysia, we don't talk about much on social and also labor worker co-op. So this is an eye-opening experience.
It was a new perspective for us to think about hacking and technology from the cooperative perspective.
The objective is disruptive and the brand name is think out of the box and be creative. Our adjective is versatile because all our team members think differently.
The thriving startups in Kerala could link up and take the opportunities of solving the technological challenges that the cooperatives are facing, that the farmers are facing, that the labor unions are facing, all these cooperative societies are facing. Then it will leverage the potential of the cooperative in the society.
Thank you, Shivali. So just a couple of words about our Coopathon experience. We had the first ever Coopathon as an experiment in 2018. The response and the overwhelming success that we had for this Coopathon led us to have the second Coopathon in 2019. The first one was organized in Indian Institute of Management, Kozhikode in Kerala, in India. And the second one was focused more for a larger audience with students, business students, young entrepreneurs and all kinds of youth from various walks of life participating in the physical event that happened in January 2019 in New Delhi, hosted by one of our members, the National Cooperative Union of India. And the third Coopathon, unfortunately, it happened after COVID struck and we had to have an online event. But another eye-opening experience that we had here was it was a fully virtual event and it was open for an international audience. And the numbers and the response that we received for Coopathon 3.0 has been absolutely overwhelming and very positive, with around 70 plus participants a total of around, with their team members, 149 attendees, 41 teams, and overall participants from around 18 countries. So that is a great experience that we had with Coopathon, and the reflections that we had upon the winners and the solutions that they brought in. It's kind of an eye-opener as to how technology conversations should be happening much more with cooperatives. So that's our experience from Coopathons. So I'd like to request my colleague Shivali to play the video for the Asia Pacific Cooperative Youth Summit, which is another series of events that we had organized from the ICA Asia Pacific office. Shivali. Shivali, you're muted. You're muted, Shivali.
Yes, Ganesh, is Shivali speaking?
Yeah, I think Shivali is muted, or there's a technical glitch, but that's okay.
Sorry, yeah, am I audible now?
Yes.
Perfectly, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I was just saying that as we heard our regional director in the welcoming session today, he mentioned that youth inclusion was one of the strategic priorities of our region. And that's how exactly the various youth activities have been conceptualized in the region, and Asia Pacific Cooperative Youth Summit was one of these. It was basically designed to give youth a platform to come and share their experiences of cooperative entrepreneurship, discuss with them the value-based cooperative model, and hear from them innovative cooperative pitches. So cooperative pitch is one of the key elements of APCYS, where we ask youth to team up and come up, discuss their issues and problems in their countries or in their communities, and design solutions around these. And then they come and pitch those ideas in front of judging panels, and that's how we had the first summit in Bali, Indonesia, where we had 70 youth participants from 17 countries. And the first prize winners for Pitch were the Lamac Cooperative from Philippines. And they had this model of ecotourism. They did so well that for the second Cooperative Youth Summit in Cebu, Philippines in 2018, they were the host organization for the summit. And for the third summit, again thanks to COVID, we had to organize this third summit as virtual event. And this was again the first virtual summit where we saw huge response from the youth in the region. We had around 3,500 plus registrations from 23 countries. With approximately 200 to 300 participants attending each of these sessions throughout the 3 days of the summit. And again, we had this cooperative pitch competition as well. And we had 3 winners from Indonesia, India, and Malaysia, all 3 working across different fields from platform cooperative to environment friendly menstrual products to aquaponics for agriculture. And it was a fun-filled and very enthusiastic event. The 3 days, we had a lot of different sessions ranging from many youth entrepreneurs sharing their experiences. We had a cultural session. We had an inspiring talk by a youth leader and youth entrepreneur. And it was really enjoyed by all the participants. From here, we'll move to the next program, and my Ganesh colleague will talk about that.
Thanks, Shivali. So that was the eye-opening experience with APCYS also. It was, again, attended by a lot of youth from the region, from diverse age groups. Another focused program that was cutting across regions and that we had the opportunity to implement in the region as well is called the GCE program, the Global Cooperative Entrepreneurs. So it was implemented by the respective regional offices. And in our region, we had around 6 ambassadors, cooperative ambassadors on the ground in 3 countries, respectively, India, Indonesia, and Malaysia, supported by 5 mentors spread over these countries. So we've had a great amount of success and response and significant changes that have been brought about because of these ambassadors in terms of awareness and even creation of enterprises in a couple of places. Good examples I can cite are from Indonesia, where vegetable farming cooperative was created. Another media-based cooperative has been formed. So this is the Global Cooperative Entrepreneurs Program.
Thank you, Ganesh. Another very important capacity building program that we designed was on SDG 13, which is climate action. And it was to build the capacity of leaders and managers of cooperatives and participated by our member organizations. And I think we have Miss Elinita with us in this session as well, who just spoke about this capacity building program and the kind of initiatives that they have taken after receiving this training program. I would just give a brief introduction about it. So it was themed around save the environment to sustain future generation. And it was done in partnership with Cooperative League of Thailand and our member organization, All China Federation of Supply and Marketing Cooperatives. And it was basically designed to raise awareness around SDG 13, enhance the capacity of our member organizations, and build partnerships among our member organizations. One very important, it was also one of the programs that actually created impact on ground, and we could also measure it. Ms. Elinita mentioned in the opening session about the things that they have adopted after taking the training. So they have this loan assessment criteria in which they included the 6th C of credit, which is called climate compliance. And again, association of Asian Confederation of Credit Unions, along with NATCO, one of our member organizations in Philippines, they jointly developed a training of trainer programs to further enhance the capacity of their member organizations. And the graduate trainees were called as climate warriors, who would further go ahead and spread awareness on climate action. And then PACU also, they developed self-assessment tools for waste audit and do-it-yourself energy audit kits, and they included climate action in all their business solutions. So these are some of the activities. I am just repeating if somebody has missed what she already mentioned in the opening session. So we'll move to the next program, and Ganesh, you can take it forward.
So this is another very important program that we wanted to highlight as an experience from the region. So we had the opportunity to organize an entire workshop on cooperatives in educational institutions, and this was held in Kigali. This was an inter-regional workshop on cooperatives in educational institutions that was conducted by both ICA Africa and ICA Asia and Pacific within the framework of the ICA-EU partnership. And ICA and other stakeholders and members, such as universities, high schools, and a plethora of participants from nearly 17 countries, representing all 4 ICA regions, basically across all across the world, attended the workshop. And this has been another example that we'd be happily able to highlight as inter-regional cooperation between regional offices. So this has been a good outcome and a good response that has come out of this. And another example along these lines that we'd like to showcase is Aflatun International, ICAP and ICA Africa had organized the inter-regional online workshop on capacity building. So the larger context of this workshop was that because the ongoing pandemic and the financial crisis, this has highlighted the importance of or the need for promoting social responsibilities and developing skills basically in financial management. So with financial literacy and financial education required in youth and among youth as one of the hard hit groups of individuals losing their jobs, trying to recreate and rebuild better. So this was an ideal intervention along with one of the MOU partners, Aflatun International, based out of Netherlands, and the ICA Africa and the Asia Pacific office. So this has also been a delightful experience. Though it was an online workshop, we had a great response for this workshop as well. So reflecting back on all of these milestones, events, and activities, it has been very diverse, but at the same time, a lot of them were also experimental and innovative in the sense that we had a lot of learning and response as to how people respond to this, what is their take backs, how we can make it better, and so on. A lot of them have been pioneering also. So thank you so much, Rose, for the opportunity. I'm happy to take questions towards the end later.
Thank you, Ganesh and Shivari. There is a question from Philip regarding are there any plans to for the Coopathons? Coopathons is actually very innovative and creative, thanks to the Asia Pacific team. Are there any plans for Coopathons for other regions of the world?
So basically, we've had 3 Coopathons in the Asia Pacific region, but there has been significant interest from other organizations, partners, and also other regional offices. And what I understand is in the coming days, we would be able to see Coopathons proliferating over the expanse of the world across ICA regions and even probably outside the organization as well. So we are looking forward to more Coopathons globally.
Thank you, Ganesh, for that. I believe Coopathons are the next thing to regenerate, re-engineer, or even start up new cooperatives that have not been thought about, especially when you involve the young energy, the youth. We can come up with very interesting new cooperative startups. So thank you for offering that kind of innovation to the rest of the world, and especially to the cooperative movement. Thank you so much. Next, we are going to get milestones from Africa. Eric, The floor is yours.
Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. This is Eric Obongo from ICO Africa, and I'm going to share also some of the achievements that we had during the implementation of the ICA EU partnership project. So I've highlighted two activities which I'm going to share with you. And some of the activities, as my sister regional officer said, were harmonized. We used to work together. And what I'm going to share to you today is specifically some of the activities that we did as IC Africa region. And when we did them, we realized that the impact to the people that we engaged in these activities were really great. And one of them is the Global Cooperative Entrepreneurship Summit. And as you've heard from the first presenter, this is a mentoring program which is framed within the ICA EU partnership. That is the COPS for Dev program. GCE is inspired by the Cooperative Europe COPS Data 2.0 Erasmus funded project. And its aim is to build youth cooperative entrepreneurship. It is implemented via vocational education and training, that is the TFET, with partnership between the cooperative associations and youth organizations. So this program in Africa was piloted in 2 countries, that is Uganda and Zimbabwe. And as you have also heard, the program brought together youth associations as well as participants from the members that we serve. The mentors, we trained them, we gave them an intensive training. After training these mentors, they were supposed to go and pick ambassadors whom they were to mentor through the process on areas pertaining cooperative development. So when we did the training, some of the achievements which we realized was there were 2 startups which were registered. These startups were registered in the 2 countries, one in Uganda and another one in Zimbabwe. There were 4 which the paperwork had been submitted to government for approval. And out of the 4, there are processes which are still ongoing, and we are hoping that very soon we are going to see these startups coming up. And the non-GCE startups, at least 15 cooperatives were on the process of being registered. That is from the 2 countries. And from the ambassadors that we had trained, we had 3 from Uganda and 3 from Zimbabwe. Eddie from Uganda was able to mobilize close to 60 members who were to be enjoined in the cooperative. Rita had 45 and Eddie 40 members. And then from Zimbabwe, you can see Wisdom was able also to bring 45 youths onto the cooperative movement. Raymond was able to bring 16 onto the cooperative movement. And Tendai was also able to bring 12 members onto the cooperative movement. So one good specific example that I'm going to share is from Zimbabwe, whereby the ambassadors were able to form and register a youth people multipurpose cooperative society, YBMCS Limited. And this cooperative society is actually focusing on issues around renewable energy. It's a youth-led cooperative born out of the pilot project, ideated, incubated, developed, and executed through a partnership between the International Cooperative Alliance Africa and the European Union under the Global Cooperative Entrepreneurship Program, as I've already said. So through this cooperative youth startup, they were also able to win a grant of 10,000 euro from the International Cooperative Alliance Youth Network. And this grant enabled them to start an environmental friendly solar project in Trictre, aligned with SDG number 7. As you can see from the pictures, these are some of the members of that cooperative. And the guy that is at the metro, the one who is holding a wrong box, is actually the founder of this cooperative by the name Wisdom. So the project has been rolling very successfully, and it had seen many young people from the cooperative network selling solar products and doing solar installation across Zimbabwe. Let me say that this has been like a game changer project for these young people. They've been able to create employment for themselves. They've been able to interact with quite a number of stakeholders in Zimbabwe. And most recently, they actually won a tender whereby the competition between the people who had submitted the bidding for the tender were from diverse backgrounds. Some of them very big companies, conventional companies. But this specific young cooperative was able to win this tender to install a 100 kW solar system for a company in Zimbabwe. And the Youth Corp won the contract, beating other big conventional companies, as I've already said. So as you can see, this is the work that they are doing. It is really a game changer in Zimbabwe. It is changing the lives of these young people. So many young people are warmed up to the whole idea of cooperative, and they want to be enjoined so that they can be able to accrue and gain from some of the benefits which come when you are a member of a cooperative. So these are some of the products that they are selling. As you can see, Wisdom here with is standing in his shop, the youth Coop shop, and on the other side you can see already installing the solar panels, and like I said, it really changed their life, and we are seeing quite a number of young people coming up onto this cooperative. The same thing is happening in Uganda. For them, they are still at the process of trying to lure more people, more young people, so that they can be able to come and join the work that they are doing. And the mobilization is also enormous. Young people are warming up to the idea of cooperatives. One of the things which we were actually looking forward when we started this ICA-EU partnership, how we can be able to bring young people onto the cooperative movement, because we realized that most of them, they are being left behind. There was this notion that the cooperative is also is meant for the whole people. So for them to be able to embrace this, we started this kind of a program, the cooperative, the Global Cooperative Entrepreneurship Program, which has actually brought in quite a number of new things onto these young people, and they are able now to realize the benefits which come up with the cooperative. The next activity that I'm going to share is that on the capacity building streams, we were actually focusing on three main subtopics, whereby we were looking at how we can be able to establish and strengthen our federations, as well as the second area whereby we were focusing on is on how to have seminars on policy dialogues and cooperative related teams. But again, of critical importance to this session that we're having today was seminars on functioning and advocacy towards the European Union delegations. So we wanted also to establish this good working relationship with the different European Union delegations, and take part in some of the programs that they are having in the specific countries where they are operating. And the initiative has been really nice. Some of the things that we were looking at some of the themes that they're carrying out, and how us as cooperatives we can be able to partner together in the implementation of those programs. But also the other area was in regard to resource mobilization, because we understand that the EU is one of the world largest grant maker to developing countries, and also to those institutions which need finances for development. So we came up with a program of training cooperative members on how they can be able to do this resource mobilization by responding to calls for proposal from the European Commission. And we came up with an elaborate program where we used to train them areas on how to go about concept note development, proposal development. And we can attest by today's meeting that we were able to submit quite a number of proposals. Some were not successful, others were successful, and that one actually gave us the impetus to go forward and forward. Towards the end, we realized that we cannot actually be able to finish the program without having a guide, which would be like a footprint for the members to follow and consult when they are doing similar proposals. And I'm going to share with you a brief video of the guide that we developed. I hope you are going to enjoy it. Thank you. This was an harmonized work from the regional offices, IC Africa, Asia Pacific, Europe, and Latin America. So that is it from my hand, and I'm happy to take any question that might come from the floor.
Thank you so much, Eric. I don't see any question for you right away, but we appreciate the fact that you have shown us the milestone, indicating that the youth with coaching and mentorship can actually start a cooperative that can engage in serious business, not any business, but serious business, like in renewable energy, and also showing us the capacity building for members in terms of fundraising, concept note, and proposal development. I know you are our Superman when it comes to EU concept notes and proposal development. Thank you so much. So as we wait for any questions for your part, I think we can jump to Americas and have Natalia share with us their milestones. Natalia, the floor is yours.
Hi, everyone. Here, Natalia Gonzalez. Introduce myself. Just give me 1 minute. I'm going to turn off the translate channel. And meanwhile, I will thank Jorge for respect for my membership and the people from Americas. I will develop this presentation in Spanish. So I invite you all to change the channel for Spanish. And secondly, I will thank so much because I have Dove Organ online and all the membership for Americas has worked with all the team. And I can't find the button to turn off the the channel for translation, so I can hear Jorge translate everything that I say. Give me 1 minute. Ok. Vamos a empezar. Quisiera, pues, primero que todo, agradecer a las personas que han, pues, trabajado en equipo, porque más allá de todo el desarrollo que hemos venido haciendo desde la oficina, se ha venido gestando desde la voluntad política, desde el trabajo en equipo con la organización, pero sobre todo, pues, bajo una dirección que ha tenido el coraje de trabajar desde, pues, una agenda de trabajo mancomunado con todas las regiones, y pues el enfoque o el objetivo de mi presentación, más allá de mostrar el trabajo que se hizo desde la capacitación y la construcción de capacidades, tiene el fin de mostrar cómo este proyecto tuvo ese propósito de germinar una semilla y mostrar los resultados más allá de solo las capacitaciones y las metodologías. En ese sentido, pues quisiera mostrar cómo el trabajo desde Costa Rica con los grupos de oficiales de visibilidad se desarrollaron y pues tuvieron la oportunidad de llevar a cabo proyectos de capacitación. Se llevó a cabo en San José, Costa Rica, la formación del grupo de nacionales de proyecto en 2018, y a ver, aquí pues culmina con la formación de la PECAT. Es una plataforma conformada por 9 miembros de 7 países diferentes que tiene 3 observadores de diferentes países de la región y 2 invitados permanentes desde Norteamérica, el cual pues apoya y soporta toda esta línea de alianzas que fue muy importante para la región. Culminó con una organización, un organismo político, y aquí también quisiera como traducir esa parte importante que fue la posición de gestión del conocimiento que tuvo. Fue la única región que tuvo esta posición y el impacto que tuvo en el desarrollo de la construcción de capacidades. Esta posición permitió realizar una escucha activa para nuestra membresía, para nuestras asociaciones. Esta posición la ocupa en este momento Fernando Bragados, y pues en nuestra organización tuvo un papel muy importante, dado que nosotros en la creación de todo este trabajo que tuvimos en el proyecto, pues fue trabajar escuchando la membresía, escuchando sus necesidades, y a la fecha tenemos actualmente el aula virtual. Digamos que ese es un gran logro para nosotros como organización, para darle ese valor a la membresía, que podamos continuar dándole seguimiento y sostenibilidad al proyecto con plataformas como estas, ahora que pues tenemos que cambiarnos y nos tuvimos que mover a este espacio virtual, pues darle continuidad por medio de estas plataformas, soporta todo lo que hemos venido haciendo y bueno, tenemos una gran oferta de cursos. Actualmente se está llevando a cabo el tema de balance social y por medio de alianzas hemos venido también trabajando con FAO, con otras organizaciones que muy pronto tendremos como una oferta para continuar con este trabajo. También quisiera contarles sobre lo que se ha venido realizando o sea, como hemos visto en todas las presentaciones, digamos que se alineó con gran fuerza el tema de género y el tema de juventud. Entonces, digamos que aquí se hizo una formación importante para el tema de género con el tema de violencia, de prevención a la violencia y digamos que inspirados en esta formación de capacidades, en estas metodologías, Argentina tuvo un output, un resultado muy importante y muy inspirador, que fue el Pacto Cooperativo por la No Violencia. Esto es un protocolo que realmente fue un ejemplo para la región, que lo celebro, que lo comparto como mujer, como parte activa del movimiento cooperativo, como secretaria técnica del Comité Regional de Género. Entonces, quisiera pues como tal mostrarlo, resaltarlo en esta presentación y seguidamente tuvimos también actividades con el tema de juventud. Tuvimos un evento muy importante en el Encuentro Nacional de Integración de Países del Sur, donde aquí pues tuvimos la oportunidad de compartir experiencias con cooperativas que están siendo incubadas en países del sur. Digamos que esta actividad fue muy importante para la región porque se pudo ver cómo los jóvenes están trabajando, se están integrando y están promoviendo el modelo cooperativo como una nueva opción de negocio. Encontramos cooperativas de moda, cooperativas de medios, cooperativas que hacen parte actualmente de la industria creativa y eso también demuestra que hay nuevas formas de hacer y reimpulsar este modelo cooperativo que no solo hace parte del modelo tradicional, sino que se puede implementar en otros modelos. Y otra parte importante que quisiera resaltar y vuelvo atrás es cómo la voluntad política, nuestros líderes se integran también a la parte operativa. Cómo todas estas ideas, estas experiencias se transforman en ideas tangibles que se pueden trasladar por medio de todas estas sesiones estratégicas que tuvimos en Bogotá, en Punta Cana y en Ixtapa, ayudaron a traducirlas en un plan estratégico y en una hoja de ruta para la oficina que logró, digamos que tomó tiempo realizarlo porque fue un trabajo, de nuevo lo digo, en equipo con muchísimas organizaciones que hacen parte actualmente de nuestra organización y que fueron fundamental para llevar a cabo este plan estratégico basado en experiencia, en la experiencia, porque aquí sí quisiera destacar que nuestros líderes políticos tuvieron la oportunidad de traducir en acciones tangibles todo lo que podamos realizar desde la oficina. Seguidamente tuvimos como todas estas actividades realizadas en las conferencias y cumbres. Y acá también tuvimos la reunión con organismos de integración, tuvimos encuentros con los comunicadores de nuestras organizaciones, que la comunicación también fue muy importante de educar, de traducir todos esos esfuerzos que se han venido realizando, todas estas narrativas que se vienen contando, porque el sector cooperativo es un universo que lo damos por hecho. Entonces, quizás en estas actividades donde los comunicadores se encontraron, pudieron compartir experiencias, compartir puntos en común y ver cómo desde todos esos puntos en común llevarlos a narrativas mucho más universales como los ODS, como los esfuerzos y los principios cooperativos que se vienen realizando desde territorio para encontrar una narrativa mucho más universal y también el tema de juventud. El tema de juventud, tuvimos encuentros regionales de juventud, donde la juventud también podía tener encuentros más participativos y revisar todas esas necesidades para llevarlas a incidencia política en estos encuentros, como lo fue la quinta cumbre cooperativa y, me fui para atrás, y la 21ª conferencia regional que se llevó a cabo en San José de Costa Rica. Aquí también en la 21ª conferencia regional tuvimos la firma del acuerdo para la formación de la red de comunicadores. Tuvimos el encuentro regional de juventud y el encuentro de organismos de integración. Y inspirados, como lo había comentado Ganesh, en el Copatón que realizó Asia, Cooperativas de las Américas también realizó su primer hackathon. Fue una experiencia desde lo profesional, desde lo personal, muy retadora. Creo que el modelo cooperativo tiene futuro en los jóvenes, nos demostró que los jóvenes sí tienen ideas innovadoras, pero que necesitan conducción, necesitan capacitación y necesitamos continuar sembrando pues esa semilla de dar y brindar educación cooperativa de calidad y de educación escolar. Y luego quiero finalizar porque como pudieron ver, pues en todas las capacitaciones que realizamos, pues tuvimos finalmente la firma del acuerdo de la formación de la red y aquí quiero realzar y destacar el profesionalismo de los comunicadores de la región, porque este producto de Cops TV nació en pandemia, nació en unas condiciones muy complicadas, pero creo que los comunicadores pudimos tener ideas y traducirlas desde casa y nace Cops TV y aquí le voy a pedir el favor a Andrea de poder presentar el video que hicimos para no tener que yo seguir contando este gran producto, sino que lo pueda contar la presidenta de Cooperativas de las Américas, quien dio voz a este proyecto y quien dio también vida y ha ayudado desde las diferentes voces políticas a reforzar este trabajo.
El crecimiento del movimiento cooperativo. Creo que este es un punto relevante. Debemos estimular y promover el movimiento cooperativo para que crezca en esta multitud de vías, combinando la participación de los miembros, la incidencia en la política, las colaboraciones, las alianzas, la investigación, la comunicación, poniendo especial atención en lo que acabamos de marcar, igualdad de género y la transmisión intergeneracional. La cooperación entre cooperativas es una de las mejores herramientas, nuestro sexto principio, de aumentar los recursos económicos que necesitamos para nuestro desarrollo como negocio cooperativo. Nosotros debemos fomentar la identidad cooperativa con un trabajo de incidencia más eficiente y encontrar una forma única y clave para nuestro desarrollo, nuestros negocios cooperativos. Nuestras empresas cooperativas en traducción con nuestra identidad y con los objetivos del desarrollo sostenible. Y por supuesto que nuestra contribución al desarrollo cooperativo global. Nuestras cooperativas contribuyen al desarrollo sostenible. Son un ejemplo de inclusión social, son un ejemplo de inclusión de desarrollo económico en territorio y son un ejemplo de respeto a ese desarrollo, respeto con el cambio climático, respeto con la naturaleza, respeto además con ese desarrollo sostenible, respetando nuestro continente, nuestra madre tierra. Y creo que debemos tener en cuenta además un concepto clave que fue planteado en Kigali en nuestra última Asamblea Mundial, y es el tema del aporte que podemos hacer las cooperativas, y creo que en el siglo XXI será un tema clave, a la paz, a ese concepto de paz posible. Eso es lo que espero.
So with this, with this, I close my intervention.
Thank you very much, Natalia. The world of COPS for Deaf is full of great things. Cooperative, COPS TV. I look forward to seeing a COPS TV that is covering stories of cooperatives in Africa. So, Natalia, a great opportunity there for your COPS TV to expand and become the next CNN for cooperatives. Thank you very much.
I really hope so.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that.
In this program too.
Thank you. Thank you. So next, we shall have Andrea giving us the milestones for the global office and also COPS for you, COPS Europe. The floor is yours, Andrea.
Thank you so much, Rose. Apparently, in between this 1 hour, I got so impressed by the presentation that I got red. I don't know what happened. My apologies. Apparently, my computer decided that it is the moment to give up a bit on me. But this is not important. At the end of the day, my face is not important. What is important are the great work that the colleagues have done. And being red, maybe it's, I don't know, it's red for passion, I would say, passion for capacity building. And thank you, Rose. So actually, I think all the activities have been super great and all the videos, so I will follow a bit the same. Probably a lot of people that are here with us, they're a bit sick of it, because I'm pretty sure that they saw it all over the place. The Global Youth Forum, the poster is here as a memory behind me. And if you allow me, and you bear a bit with me, because technology apparently today it's not my friend, I would like to share with you also the highlights from the Global Youth Forum, Cooperative Entrepreneurship. It was actually the first Global Youth Forum that the International Cooperative Alliance organized, and it took place in 2020 in Malaysia, Kuching. I don't want to say more because in the video it said it's actually done very, very well. So the colleagues in communication did an amazing job. And now I'm just trying to see how I can do that. I think this should be, yes, it works, or
yes, it's working.
Yes, okay, perfect. So then I will press play and I will stop talking. Please give me 1 second.
I am sure that these days of training and debate will serve to explore the great potential of the interaction between youth and the cooperative model. Young people are not the future of the movement. They must be the present, because in the urgencies of today, the future of our movement and our civilization is at stake.
that was a fun experience. I think probably we have some of you that were
One
there.
misconception of meditation is that
My apologies. Apparently, YouTube decided to go about meditation. Maybe it's a good sign. After this session, we all will need to go a bit into meditation. So yeah, what I wanted to say is like some of the colleagues that probably they are here with us in the chat, they also joined us in Malaysia. I think I was trying to look for Louis because I saw him at the beginning, but I'm not seeing him. So if Louis, if you are here, just raise the hand. Maybe you would like to share a bit more how was Kuching Malaysia. What else I would like? Then I would definitely, I can understand that has been like a rough 2.5 hours. So I don't want to bore you even more. I hope bear with me because I'm a person that speaks a lot. It's not like my colleagues that they are a bit more structured than know what they should say. But I would definitely though like to walk a bit with you through what is the new website or the website that we created a few months ago, like Edu for All. Actually, Edu for All started as like a small idea of, we realized that we had like a lot of activities, a lot of projects, and we knew that the partnership at one point will finish. So we started to wonder, what can we do? Where can we put them somehow? So like we said, okay, why not create a small project? You will see that unfortunately here in Edu for All, a lot of the activities of the colleagues, they already mentioned, they are not here. So there is still work ahead. So then hopefully for another FPA, partnership 2.0, we'll be able to work together and actually have a proper platform. But we decided to go a bit and add a few of the ideas and create like a small space for education, for training, for tools, for different people that they can easily check there and understand, like, for example, what we do and how we interlink these three main concepts of cooperatives, training, and innovation. So this, of course, this is just the main page, not a lot, it's the typical website. But here, if you check, you have two different tabs. First is knowledge initiatives and then training tools. As for knowledge initiatives, first, if you check here, GIF20, it's the video that you already saw, so I will not spend my time going into that. But I would do love, though, for example, to talk about Coop Academy. Coop Academy is actually something that, to quote a bit Natalia, also took birth during the pandemic. I think during COVID-19, one good thing that COVID-19 brought to us is the aspect of innovation. I have this impression. I think all of us, all over the world, we became a bit more like small innovators of how we can pass our activities, how we can pass our message. So this is actually how we end up with Coop Academy. Coop Academy is like a master class, if we want to call it somehow, a super short one. We usually identify some experts on a concrete topic, not necessarily trainers, but experts. And we will bring them for 1.5 hours where they have 1 hour of lecture and half an hour of interaction with the different members. Until now, we had like 5 or 6 sessions, and I have to admit that it worked super good. I was really super impressed. It also took place a bit at the beginning when everyone started to be a bit super sick of webinars. So we really thought, that's it, it's enough. No one will be able to tolerate more, but apparently not. So we had like the different topics, and now we are trying to see if we come back to it a bit again, now with this new academic year. So this Coop Academy, if you like, please have a look. And also all the videos are recorded, so it's super easy also for in the future for people to actually have the opportunity to check. And the training topics, they're always relevant, I would say, even if it's now or we are talking about 2030. Another initiative that you can actually see on Edu for All, which is quite very, very similar to Coop Academy, is Youth Think Co-op. And what is Youth Think Co-op? Youth Think Co-op is actually the small baby of GIF21 or the Global Youth Forum 21 in a smaller format and online, but it's a matter of more of a conversation. I said that they are similar to Coop Academy mainly in the methodology, but they are not similar, not even in the methodology. To be very honest, I retract. I take my words back. They're not very similar. Coop Academy is more into training, into teaching, while Youth in Co-op is more like a place for young people, and not necessarily only for young people, to discuss very important topics. The first one we discussed, it was about cooperative entrepreneurship and what exactly young people think about cooperative entrepreneurship, and what is happening, and why lately, even though like the entrepreneurship bulb is busting and you have a lot of entrepreneurs, why not a lot of young people are actually choosing cooperatives as model. So we actually brought to the table different participants. Yet again, you can see it online if you are interested. And the last session that we discussed, obviously, are like the one that you can see it on your screen, which is like if young people are actually key actors in decision-making processes. Another aspect of Youth in Co-op is actually the how-to. Let's say that Youth in Co-op is a bit divided into two. The get to know, it's this conversation, and how-to, it's basically capacity building, strong training session, typical to the GIF. And that now, even though I put the video of the Global Youth Forum, I will still show you a bit the website, because I think it's a super interesting website. So then, like, to close on this, definitely let's discuss about the Global Youth Forum, the website. You already saw it, no need for me to pass you more information. I don't want to overdo it a bit. But what you can find in the Global Youth Forum is definitely, first of all, from a policy perspective, is quite important in the youth agenda for advocacy. And then you can see like how all the young people, during the forum or the event, they decided on the different topics, what for them is important. And this is quite also important for the ICA Youth Committee, because they are focusing on these topics on their different working plans. At the same time, if you really want, here, of course, you can see who are the trainers at the GIF. If you want to contact them, you can also see who, for example, let's enter a bit, like if you'd like. Here you can see the different trainers. It's a matter of clicking on the person, and you can see a bit like the description, what happened, what kind of session, and so on. And at the same time, obviously, the content, which are the sessions. So if you were not at the Global Youth Forum, unfortunately, in Malaysia, you can find all the sessions. They are online, and I think they're quite useful. And a lot of them, I think, I mean, at least I had people that they did not participate in the forum, but they did contact me after to thank me, or because they got in touch with someone that was super interesting, or because some of the classes were interesting. If you want to get a bit trained and maybe you don't have the necessary time, here you can, it's a very good tool to get information about the cooperative model, to get information about the connection with the SDGs, about the researches, and so on, the different topics. And yeah, so this will be a bit like the Global Youth Forum. Yes. Oh, I thought someone maybe had a question for me. If you have any questions, please feel free. I'm here to answer them. Definitely another one, but I will not, let's say, spend a lot of time here. I know that my colleagues already presented the Global Cooperative Entrepreneurs. It's an amazing project. I think inside of COPS for Dev, I can speak on behalf of the whole team that we are super proud of this project. But on this website in Edu for All, what you'll be able to find is exactly how it works. You can have some information, you can understand, for example, what happened. And beyond that, you can also, this is a super cool map as well. For example, you can click on India. If the technology will not fail me in this, something should have opened, but it's not opening because, well, today it's not the day. But you can also find a few interviews on the website. You can spend the time. This is a cool project. It's something about mentoring and also with ambassadors. And I think it is also innovative. Definitely, unfortunately, my colleague Hannah was the one who worked from our side mainly on this, together with the colleagues in the region. Unfortunately, she cannot be with us today. But I know that Ganesh, Rose, Eric, or Natalia, they also have this project quite close to their hearts, let's say. And the last one, and then I can definitely open to questions and answers, that I would like to talk about and inside of training tools is Copedia. Well, Copedia, let's say that the name, it's not exactly that you can think that can be any other thing than similar to Wikipedia. Maybe that's why we also chose the name. What is Copedia? Well, you can see it already on your screen. It's a search engine for cooperative entrepreneurship. It's super interesting and it's super dynamic. Not only that you can find useful links, but if yourself you have super useful links, you can also post them there. So here on Edu for All is just a matter you can see how all these activities work. They are very easy, and it's not because I worked on this website, but I would like to say that looks very beautifully from a visual perspective. So I think it's a very useful website that can super easily make you understand the different activities, and it has quite a lot of information and training tools for whatever that if you like to prepare something in the future, or you are just personally curious. And I will stop it here. I don't want to bother you because obviously, as you can understand, I mean, all of us, we have worked a lot on this activity, so I could spend here 5 hours of telling you about the GIF or Copedia or the Global It Forum or whatever. But this is not, I don't think now it's the time for me to shine, let's say. But rather, like, if you have any kind of questions about Edu for All, or please just take a bit in mind that it's just a small platform for the moment. And we just gathered a few of the projects in order to make sure that at least from this first part of the partnership, they will be there. But the objective is definitely, if another partnership will come, to make this Edu for All even bigger with more projects, with interlinking it, and so on. And that's it. I promise I'll stop here. So I will pass it to Rose. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Andrea. You just gave us another COP, Copedia.
Yes.
We had COP TV, we had Copathon. And I think another aspect of GCE is the retro Copathon that is there. So I think COPs for Dev has been an exciting project and full of innovation and creativity. And of course, the team, people like Andrea, Ganesh, Natalia, full of ideas and creativity that we can now unleash on these kind of platforms. So thank you very much. If we have any questions, this is a time to answer your questions. I'll give the floor to the audience if we have any questions for the speakers.
Maybe it is Rose because everything was so clear.
Couldn't have been very clear. If there are no questions, then we have 2 questions for you. And I think I'll ask Andrea to present our questions to the audience. So we have a poll. Kindly answer that, those 2 questions for us. Thank you, Munia. Munia says it was very clear. Thank you. Are all the questions answered, Andrea?
We are at 60%. I'm seeing like we need a few more people.
Okay.
But maybe you can let it like a few more seconds and then we close.
All right.
Don't be shy, please. Feel free. I promise it's anonymous. You cannot see the answers. Super, Rose. Then I'm seeing that only 2 more people are missing, but okay, and we cannot force everyone to share with us their thoughts.
Could that be you?
Maybe it's me, actually.
Okay, thank you very much for being with us. You have been great participants, very patient, but I will not let you go before you just tell us one word about Cops for Dev. What do you think about all these things we have told you? Just one. So I will, I don't know what methodology we use. Andrea, if you can see the participants, maybe you can call them.
I can see them. Maybe we can ask them to raise their hands, or I can just stop, remove spotlight.
Okay.
We put it
just
in
one word.
view.
What can you tell us about all these things we have been putting in your head today about our milestones? Anything we need to improve? Or
I'm seeing Muli there. I don't know, Muli.
Yes.
No?
Yes, I'm here.
I thought you wanted maybe to say something. I mean, you worked with us quite long, a lot of opportunities and a lot of activities.
Yes, I think it was a very insightful kind of test for all of us for the last 5 years. We were participated. I participated personally in most of the meetings. Of course, in the last 2 years of the COVID-19, it was impossible. But I think that the capacity building and research kind of development was very, very insightful and very good. And I hope very much that we will continue this in the next years. We don't know yet, but I'm very optimistic according to the results of our activities. We found out many partners during the activity. I think that still we need to find better ways of cooperation between our institutions and about our cooperatives in the fields. We had a wonderful cooperation when we were in Brussels, but in the field it didn't work in the same manner. So we hope that in the next years we will find a better way to cooperate and to do projects together.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Muli.
Rose, sorry, before going, actually, because I'm seeing in front of me that Heira is here. I mean, I know her. She's on all the webinars. She is part of the GCE. Like, I'm surprised that she doesn't want to say something. Like, no.
Heira, say something.
No? Maybe at one point she said, no, please, no.
Is she muted?
Yes. I remember her from Malaysia 2017, when I arrived just first at Cops for Dev.
Hello, Andrea.
Yeah, mentor.
Hello, Rose.
Yeah, there she is.
Yes, I'm here. For your information, Andrea, Rose her room is right beside my room. We are in Munchen. We are in Munchen. And I'm so happy to be part of this initiative for the Co-op for Devs, and then we're still running with the mentorship program, and then our ambassadors now really get started. Like they have some invitation for to be speakers in some events, and then they still running with the idea of cooperatives. Yes, so thank you for everyone. Thank you for Cooperative.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hela.
Thank you. Then that's it, no, Rose? I don't see, like, if no one wants to share a bit more with us about capacity building and what they think or how they think that we can do it better. We can also, you never know.
So I think
maybe I'll come in.
Yeah, sure.
I just have to put on my camera.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay.
Oh boy. How do I put it on? It's taking a while. Anyway, I'll first of all, as an introduction, my name is Save. It's a long name there, Savenada Seniloli. I'm on the other side of the globe, in Fiji, in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. As I listened through the earlier event, which Ante, thank you for that invite. In terms for me, it's like that awareness. In Fiji, we've got cooperative movements, but it's been like a dying phase. And I've led two organizations, they were cooperatives. And I was wondering how come it was introduced back in the 70s here, but then the support from the governments in the last governments that we had, the support wasn't there. But this is nice. I can see the amount of tools, information that you shared with us, the platforms we can tap into it, and that's something might probably be hearing from me through the emails on how we can, for me over here, create awareness in the province I'm involved in, and to the other provinces. So thank you very much. And thank you for inviting me to in this webinar. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, all the way from Fiji.
It's quite far away indeed.
Yeah, I know their apples taste good.
Yeah, we have a project of water project not far away in Vanuatu. Not far away from Fiji.
Sorry, Mel, you had a project in Vanuatu?
Yes. We have a
water.
We are working with local cooperatives in local preservation in Vanuatu.
Is agriculture based?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Lauren, go ahead.
Gracias. Bueno, como Andrea estaba consultando por posibles mejoras, pienso que a raíz del COVID, ¿verdad? Esto de la virtualidad nos permite también ampliar los enfoques y ampliar los conocimientos. Entonces creo que a futuro, aunque deseamos volver a las actividades virtuales y esperamos que así sea, creo que como aprendizaje y oportunidad es poder aprovechar que somos una alianza mundial y poder tener invitados de otras regiones en los eventos, por ejemplo, de Américas y en los eventos de India, y aprovechar esto de la virtualidad para incrementar conocimiento y fortalecer más el sector. Saludos desde Costa Rica.
Thank you, Lauren. That's very insightful. That's very insightful. Andrea, do we have any other hand or do we?
I think that's it. I mean, I think I would like to know, like, after we started the two, I know that all of us, I don't know, at least I speak on my behalf, I'm exhausted. Maybe this is one thing, like, you know, this is a good part of virtually doing this, like you finish fast, but at the same time you are very tired. I don't know in your cases, but I remember being able to go to physical events and be there for a whole day. Now, after a few hours, I'm like, enough. No, I think from my side it will be, but I would definitely like to also, because we finish a bit, to also say that I agree with Lauren. I think one thing that maybe for the next FPA, what it will be good is exactly this, to make sure that we have even more harmonized activities. I think we showcased a lot of very good practice. So that means that maybe we can still take that into consideration for the future. I would love myself, I mainly work on capacity building and events, and I would definitely love to have yet another Global Youth Forum where all the regions were there and we could really work side by side. That is really cool. And definitely we can invent more projects such as GCE and so on, I think one thing that, in my opinion, this or Cooperative Zero or CDP, Cooperative Zero Development Platform, I think one thing that this partnership showed is like how a bit sounds cliche, but how stronger we are together somehow, and how you always manage to create better things, that they look better, that they sound better, that they are better when we work together and we are able to bring all our experiences from the different regions and from our different professional portfolios again. So if this meeting that is finishing will be like the cake on your birthday that you blow and you wish for a wish, will be definitely this. If an FPA2 comes, more opportunity to do more things together. Because I think at the end of the day, it's like, at least for me, the best activities were always those that all the regions and everyone was involved, rather than when we work a bit in solitary.
Thank you, Andrea.
Yeah,
I see we have a question from Kroran, I guess, from Cameroon. Kroran, is that how you pronounce your name? Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. Actually, it's not a question, it's just a thanks. I want to thank you for the opportunity to participate to this forum. I've learned a lot, and I think it's going to enhance and improve the activities that we are already working on, especially on capacity building. Thank you very much. I'm so happy to meet also Muli. It's my first time to meet him. I work with him. Actually, I am working in his organization, and by him, I'm working on capacity building. It is very a great pleasure for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the compliments.
Thank you.
You are doing wonderful job in Cameroon in capacity building, and it is a good example of working, because there is also a big refugee problem, and not always cooperatives know how to deal with refugees, as we see, unfortunately, in Europe. But you are giving actually a wonderful example how to do it in the right way.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Looks like we are coming to the end of our session. Mine is to thank you all for your patience and for being our audience today. You're an amazing audience, and it was also great for my dynamic team to share with us their milestones. You're the best. COPS for Dev team has shown that cultures don't mean anything. We can melt our cultures and work together, just like we have been working even before COVID. We had meetings every month or like every week, and we've really shown that we are family. And I look forward to working with you all again in future. Thank you so much, and blessings.